Hi, everybody. My name is Eric Lambert, and welcome to What Am I Playing Today? This is Little Fancy, and Little Fancy is an OM sized body with a 12 fret neck and a slotted headstock that was built for me by the amazing luthier named John Ressler. John is located out in Sandwich, Illinois, and just built incredible instruments. This was built for me by John after he had already built a Big Fancy, which is Little Fancy's bigger brother. And I had Big Fancy in for a checkup, and we got to talking. And before I left, I had ordered Little Fancy after we had arrived upon the OM size body, the 12 fret neck, the slotted headstock, the 3,000-year-old Alaskan Sitka spruce, Brazilian rosewood back and sides. That John just does a beautiful job of book matching. It's got beautiful grain in it and a beautiful look to it. Of course, John does a beautifully clean job binding the instrument, and of course we've got some herringbone. I'm still not used to looking into this camera, man. John does a great job with the herringbone around the body, ebony fretboard, mahogany neck, Waverly tuners. And Little Fancy is the standard scale length. So there's some distance between that bridge and that sound hole. And it affords the ability to find a lot of tonal variations between the sound hole and the bridge. Yeah. So there's a lot of variation in there. And I love that. I just love that. I mean, if I was playing a Les Paul, I'd have two pickups, I'd have a toggle switch in the center, and I'd be blending volumes, to come up with some variations. I could kick it up to the neck, get big and round, kick it down to the bridge, and be biting. And with Little Fancy, I can just move that pick. Now, of course, you can get those types of tonal variations on any acoustic guitar by relocating the pick. But Little Fancy just gives us a little more room to move. So I played Little Fancy a lot on the new CD, Beating the Odds. And she seemed to fit in really, really well playing solos. And of course, the guitar that I chose to play rhythm guitar with Little Fancy would be Big Fancy. I don't know if it's the Tops. I don't know if it's the Builder. But I do know that the two of them playing together. For instance, I recorded Pretty with Little Fancy playing that melody. And I played Big Fancy on the rhythm guitar track. You know, something like that. We discovered that she really cuts. She can really cut in a track and play over those warmer guitars like Big Fancy is, that Dreadnought with a big warm sound. Little Fancy has the ability to cut real nice. So again, an extremely versatile guitar that can be finger styled, but you know, being so attracted to the flat pick like I am, I needed her to be able to flat pick, and she can. She's very sturdy. Believe it or not, I have 13s on this guitar. 13 gauge first string, 52 or 54, I don't recall, on the 6th. And she can handle that like nobody's business. There's no pull on the bridge. And I believe the top really responds with those heavier strings. And she's a breeze to play. So I can flat pick on it, I can play fiddle tunes on it. It won't run with a banjo and a mandolin, for instance, but I have played duets with fiddlers, and she hangs and has great tone. No pickup, you know, we didn't go there, sorry. No pickup, there's the end pin. I only play it on a microphone. But it's she's a different sound, she's a different flavor, she's a different taste in that gumbo, you know, that is guitar tone. And in working on Beating the Odds with John Carpenter over at Thunderclap, we discovered that she really offered a pleasant alternative to the Bourgeois OM or the Collings Dreadnought or Big Fancy, the Wrestler Dreadnought. She just offered a different flavor, and we were really happy to blend her into that gumbo, you know. So here it is, the Wrestler 12 fret OM with a slotted headstock, 3,000-year-old Alaskan spruce top. Brazilian Brazilian back and sides. Very versatile. Uses the flat pick well, finger styles beautifully. Standard scale length, not shortened. And I appreciate that. First time I played a 12 fret on stage, I was playing a Larson with a shorter scale length. And I'll tell you what, if you look down at the neck, you're lost. And I was. And I'm like, oh my God, where am I? You know. I believe Chris Walls and I were playing the show. And I just had to not look at the neck. I was born in East Virginia, South Carolina, I did go. Where her name and age I did not know. No looking, man. Because as soon as you would look down there, you know, everything would be in a different place. Markers would be in a different place. And I know this because I tried it in the green room and it would completely throw me off. That amazing Larson that Dave Dutro owns. So, there she is. One of my favorites, one of my go-tos. I don't take her on the road. I'll only play her in a situation that is, you know, very controlled, small audience, good sound system, mics only. We won't be drilling a hole and putting a pickup in her. We won't be plugging her into anything. And I won't be taking her on any airplanes, you know, or throwing her in the van for that matter. So she's pretty much a stay-home or a homebody, like some of my instruments are. But she's one of my favorites. I love her. John Ressler, JohnResslerGuitars.com. Brilliant luthier. This thing is built like a tank. She is solid as a rock. I've got 13s on this guitar. And she handles it easily. Plays beautiful rhythmically, plays beautiful solos. So, thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you for meeting Big Fancy, Little Fancy, excuse me. I'm Eric Lambert, and this is what I'm playing today. So, take care. We'll see you next week.